Yeah, I guess now would be a good opportunity for me to get into a little bit of entry level politics for people, online politics, but politics nonetheless. Um, to say that, like, if you're apprehensive about some I don't know, left of center stuff that you see, the there are quite a few people online who just, for whatever reason, it's like a Bermuda Triangle of critical thought, where people all of a sudden lose brain cells when they're engaging in online political discussion because it's sort of a one-upsmanship game, like contest, if you will, where like people who we would call Wokescolds try to be unironically holier than thou. Like they try to, they do the whole oppression Olympics thing. Sometimes not even for themselves, but just for other people, which is not really a good way to, not a good way to think. We really, the left broadly is meant to be a very inclusive political movement. So it's very oxymoronic for us to, for people to claim that and then gatekeep the power groups out of having left of center opinions, right? Like you can have a I don't know, a straight passing, I guess, straight passing cisgender white guy like myself, holding socialist opinions and be a socialist, and that doesn't change because I'm a straight white guy. Excuse me, mask slipped there. That doesn't change because I'm a cisgender straight passing white guy. In many ways I represent as like a in certain aspects of my personal identity, I represent the hegemonic power structure, but I hate the hegemonic power structure. That shit sucks for everybody, including myself. There are a lot of ways that like, even if you are part of the part of a certain social power structure, there are still elements of society that disadvantage you. For example, and this is what intersectionality means. For example, somebody could be straight and white, but still be poor, and that's a way that they are disadvantaged by a capitalist system that a lot of people like myself would sort of jumble into patriarchy. It's sort of like capitalism and patriarchy, the way they exist now, very easily go hand in hand. Technically they could exist separately, but I don't even really know what that would look like. I guess you could kind of swap the dynamics, and that might, that could be a thing. But anyway, and likewise, it's possible for somebody who is very out of power, very disenfranchised, to be conservative and have conservative opinions, or even like very reactionary opinions. And as an example of this, there was a group in the well, they still exist, but in the 1950s and 60s, when the civil rights movement was taking off, there was a sort of almost a counter-revolution to that, where you had the Black Panthers and Dr. King on the sort of inclusive, social democratic, socialist, inclusion side. On the other side, you had the Nation of Islam, which was a Nazi-aligned group of Black Americans, Muslim Black Americans, who did a lot of political coalition work, sort of organizing and stuff with white supremacist groups and with like anti-civil rights groups. They were basically, they were Nazis, but from the other side of the racial divide.